Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of Foxborough Central. I am Bob Hickey, your host, and I wish to thank you for joining us today to speak with Emily Garvin. Emily Garvin is the director and founder of Inspiration Performing Arts Company, and we are so honored to have you here with us today.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, now, full disclosure, I am the executive director of the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center, and you meet people through professional, personal, church, sports. I've met Emily, and I've come to really know and respect her tremendously through the theater. So that's where my contact with Emily is from, but there's so much more. You actually started out, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't pre-interview people here, so when I have a conversation, it's a real conversation. Start out at age 14, create 13, yeah. See? At age 13, you created a performing arts troupe to sing at nursing homes. Let's start there.
Yeah, so I've been performing forever. Actually, my very first show was at the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center back when it was the Orpheum Theater.
Back when it was the Orpheum Theater, Foxborough.
I did that when I was about 6 years old. So that was my first big show.
You were
I did
in
camps and
Les
stuff
Mis?
before that. That was Annie, my first one. Yeah. So,
what was the role?
It was July, the orphan. I really found my love of performing there, which is what I said the other night at the 1 year anniversary was really exciting for me to be able to be on that same stage now, giving those opportunities to other kids to perform. But that's where I started out performing. I fell in love with it. I started to perform anytime possible, all around different theater companies, different camps. I took classes, and I really knew that that's like what I wanted to do forever. And when I was younger, I used to always put on shows in my backyard. I would have my cousins over and I would assign people roles. And I really fell in love with the role of directing and choreographing and kind of being in charge and putting a show together, not just being in it, but being on the production staff end of it. So I was really young when I started doing that stuff. And one day I decided I just wanted to start my own singing group, a group that could kind of travel around and be a little bit versatile. I had seen groups like it before through other companies, and I wanted to start my own. So I just called up a bunch of friends. I called up some of the parents of the younger kids that I had been doing shows with in the community, and we booked a room at the Norfolk Public Library, and I just started doing rehearsals, and we went to nursing homes, and I actually fell in love with doing that, and it was the best thing ever. I looked forward to it. I not only loved running the rehearsal parts of things and coming up with the dances and singing, but I also loved the administrative side of things, like the emailing the parents, the calling the nursing homes to set up performances. So I sort of decided I wanted to take it to the next level. And then the next year, which would have been 2010, we held auditions instead of just calling people. So I started to advertise in the community. We started to perform at newer places. We performed at Norfolk Community Day. We started adding in some more local events that weren't just nursing homes. And with each coming year, we added on new factors to the group and new things that made it better and better. We grew in numbers. We got even more talent every year. And then in about 2012 summer, I decided that I wanted to perform in Disney World. And everyone was sort of kind of oh yeah, I asked my parents and all the parents of the kids in the troupe, if we get accepted to perform in Disney World, can we go? And everyone was absolutely, sure, because no one thought we would.
And then all of a sudden.
And I remember spending 3 weeks straight just working on our application, making it perfect, editing our video together, filling out all the necessary forms. I was actually only 16 at that time, and I couldn't even be a director for Disney World, so I had to put my dad as the director, legally. You had to be over 21, so I was too young to even be considered a director. So we may have had to a little bit lie there, but
it's just helping it along.
Yeah, we told them when we got there.
The process.
So we put my dad in for legal purposes as the director and put everything together, and we got accepted. And when I went to my parents and said, hey, so we're going to go to Disney World, everyone was kind of oh no, now we got to pay for that. So we did a ton of fundraising, and one of the things that I take a lot of pride in with Inspiration is how affordable it is to be in compared to some groups like it, because we fundraise so much, and I mean, I don't get paid to do it. Everyone that works for us is a volunteer. So we put all of our money back into the troop to make it as affordable as possible. I would never want somebody to not be able to participate in the program or get the opportunities that we can provide due to money. So we do offer a lot of scholarships. We raise a lot of money to go towards the trips, especially the more expensive ones, something like a Disney World, or last year we went to Virginia Beach. We've done cruises. So we definitely try to make sure that it's as affordable as possible, and we work with different families. But we raised a lot of money, and we performed in April of 2013 in Disney World, and that kind of really set a spark for me. That made me be like, well, if we did Disney World, what can we do that's better? So the next year, I got us to perform for the Red Sox at Fenway Park. We sang the national anthem, and we sang the national anthem for the Bruins at TD Garden. So that was another thing. And then each year, I just add on new factors to the group. We get better uniforms, we add apparel, we get, each year just our talent pool gets bigger and bigger the more people that find out about us and want to audition. Unfortunately, I do have to make cuts now because you can't manage a group of 65 people and bring them on trips.
You have not only that, but you've created a junior program now.
Yes, yeah. A couple years ago, 2 years ago, I created the junior program. So the older kids are ages 14 to 20. I actually now cut it off at 18 because it's getting a little hard with college students trying to come back. But it's 14 to 20 for the older group. And the junior group is 10 to 13.
Wow.
And I'm considering launching even a younger group for kids that just really want to get started, and they'll do very, very local stuff.
So the really interesting thing, and again, I'm speaking with Emily Garvin, who is the founder and executive director of Inspiration Performing Arts Company, performing troupe is what you started off as. And now that we are basing ourselves, and this is the official announcement, new home is at the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center. So now you have a home base, and you're expanding your program a little bit. Let's talk about some of the new programs, because not only is it fascinating what you've done, but just knowing the slate of things that I put on the calendar. I don't know how you're going to do it all, but we've got space, so you do it. So let's start. You have Sharing the Stage.
Yep. So, I've always wanted to do more than just the troupe. I've always wanted to run an entire company that does musicals and classes and voice lessons. It's been my dream since I was 10 years old.
Really?
And when we formed our new partnership with the theater, it opened up those doors that I never thought would even be there.
Well, what a wonderful inaugural one, I guess, is Heathers. So you had never done a musical before you did Heathers in the summer of 2018, correct?
Yeah, I've directed and choreographed and stage managed musicals throughout the community. But my company, Inspiration, it was our first musical, was Heathers.
That was wonderful.
Summer. Yeah, it was a very big success, especially for our first musical. I was really happy with how it turned out. I think we got a lot of great feedback, and I'm very, very particular with my shows. And when I direct a show, I want it to be as good as possible.
So
and even I was satisfied.
Just so you know, you're good. I'm glad. This person, along with her leadership team, spent the night one night getting the lighting cues right. So there are over 300 lighting cues, I believe, and that was even with the equipment breaking halfway through and having to reset everything. So good for you.
Thanks.
And so you are definitely have a creative eye as to what you want to see.
Oh yeah, I am very nitpicky with my shows. I have a vision that I want to be shown, so I will do anything, even if it means spending 48 hours at the theater without leaving, to make sure that happens. But we were very excited at how it turned out, so we're doing another show this summer.
We are. Are you allowed to announce it now?
Yes, we are. We're doing Fame, the musical, this summer. So our auditions are actually on June 10th. So we are going to be doing that in August and rehearsing all summer. So if anyone is interested, you guys can check out our website. We have auditions posted, and we also have them posted on your website as well.
Yes, you do. Which is orpheum.org. So let's do the information now with Emily Garvin, who is the executive director and founder of Inspiration Performing Arts Company. You can get a hold of Emily by reaching out via email to info@inspirationperformingarts.com, or you can check them out on the website and all the links. It's a beautiful website. It's www.inspirationperformingarts.com. And you can also call the theater at 508-543-2787. Get connected with Emily. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Be their friend. Follow them. I don't know what the word is for twittering, but
Inspiration PAC, Performing Arts Company, for Instagram and Twitter.
there you go. So that's how you get a hold of them. So with Fame coming up, that is one huge chunk of commitment.
Yeah.
But you've got other things. So you've got sharing the stage. I want to get back to that.
So we're launching a new program at the end of February at the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center called Sharing the Spotlight. It's to serve underserved communities within the community. So it's for special needs children and young adults. We are going to be going into hospitals, and we're going to be going into low-income schools and providing those theater opportunities. So this is a new program that we're launching. I'm really excited about it. Our first step in the program is our special needs production. So we're doing The Wonderful Wizard of Oz at the theater, and it's on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30 is when the program will meet. We're going to do a lot of team building. We're going to do a lot of skill building so that people can learn a lot of the basics in theater. We're going to play a lot of fun games, and we're going to rehearse and actually put on a abridged version of The Wizard of Oz on April 19th at the theater. And we will be selling tickets for that to the community so that people can come. We would love for people to come support those performers. So that's a program that I'm really excited about. We have awesome volunteers that are coming in to help with that. And actually, it is filling up. So if you know anyone interested in it, definitely have them register on our website as soon as possible, because we will probably fill the program
That's
up
fantastic.
pretty soon. So.
What a great an idea that you had, and it's really cool that we're able to do it on the stage here in Foxborough.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So you also have other things you're doing.
Yes. Well, I've been teaching acting classes all over New England at different theaters, and I run a lot of middle school and high school drama club things. So this is something that I have a lot of experience in, and I'm going to be teaching some classes at the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center. So we have a Intro to Musical Theater class. We have Musical Theater 101 for some people who already have musical theater experience and want to go that next level and learn even more in-depth things about musical theater. And we have an Intro to Improv class for building improvisational skills. So those are some of the classes that we'll be teaching this year. They're all on Wednesdays. You can look on our website to see some more information about those. But hopefully in 2019 we'll have even more things to offer.
Well, you know what, and I don't know how you're going to do it, because in addition to everything you're doing here, you're so enmeshed in the performing arts community. You work with other groups too.
I do, yes. Right now I'm running the drama program at Cumberland Middle School, and that's actually set up through the Stadium Theater Performing Arts Center in Foxborough.
In Woonsocket. A wonderful facility. I love that place.
I've learned a lot from working there. I have a lot of respect for that theater, and I love doing stuff there as well. I am choreographing Legally Blonde with Uncommon Theater. That shows in April at the Marilyn Robin Performing Arts Center.
Just so happens to be there.
Yeah,
yes.
I actually did shows with them as a kid, so it's great to be coming back on the production side for them
And we
too.
love Uncommon Theater. That's how I was introduced to the theater, as far as being in need for that building to have somebody take it over. So everything is sort of in that. Exactly.
Community theater, especially in New England, it's a small world, so you kind of end up coming back to those connections that you've made your whole life, and
but
there's a lot of networking.
And Mansfield has such a wonderful program with IMAS, and the Uncommon group has been around for so long. So it's great to be a link in that necklace of performing arts centers, going up to Norwood and then.
Yeah, the more places that you work, the more you learn, the more connections you make, the more networking you have. So I love working for all different community theaters along New England. It's always a great experience, and anytime I get to work on a show and do what I love, I'm happy. So,
so with your, and I suppose we should give a shout out to the family. Who was this person that became your director?
Oh, my dad. Well, so my parents have been nothing but supportive of Inspiration from day one. We've had to open up our home especially before we had a home base, we would rehearse in libraries and churches, and many times if we needed to throw a last minute rehearsal in, we had to do it in my backyard. We'd move all our cars and everyone would be on the pavement. We've had definitely a lot of things throughout the years where my parents have been absolutely supportive. They've always told me to keep continuing doing it if I wanted to. They've made sure that we were able to go on every trip. Both my sisters are in the group. My sister Allie is now, after being in it for 9 years, officially our assistant choreographer. So that's really exciting for her. She's been in the troupe for more than half her life. She's been in it since she was 6 years old.
Outstanding.
Yeah, my family has been nothing but supportive. They open up our home. The inspiration is it's very much a family. So everybody gets really close. They're really close with my family. We have a lot of like sleepovers at our house and my sisters, and my family really opens the doors to the group. And
well, just knowing what I have seen is it is a very strong friendship, the bonds, the people that you see, and then seeing when you see somebody from another group, everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Everybody just knows each other from
it's
the
awesome.
different groups. So it's really, I know the word cool is probably overused, but it's really cool to see.
Thank you. It's one of the most important things to me. I've been doing theater my whole life, and anytime that I do a show, I take note of the things or the experiences that I didn't like so much and the things that I loved, and I want to create the perfect balance of all my experiences. So I definitely take the things I love and I like to amplify those, and when I teach, and the things that I didn't like so much about working with different places, I make sure that I never do. So I want to create the best atmosphere where it's a really good combination of putting on an amazing show and working hard and challenging my students, but also having fun, creating a family environment, making it very encouraging, helping people gain confidence, and feeling loved and important is probably the most important thing for me as an educator in theater and as a director. I want everyone in my company to feel like family, and I think that's what makes Inspiration special and what makes kids come back every year more than anything else.
That's great. Yeah. So again, I'm speaking with Emily Garvin, who is the Executive Director and Founder of Inspiration Performing Troupe, now Inspiration Performing Arts Company. You can check them out at www.inspirationperformingarts.com. You can email them at info@inspirationperformingarts.com, or you can call the theater for more information, area code 508-543-2787. Be there for Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff. We're slowly running, quickly and slowly running out of time, and I've got so many things I want to talk to you about, but we're going to conclude this episode of Foxborough Central with a snippet, if you will, of some of the fun things that happen. And what's this video going to be of?
Well, we used this video last year as an advertisement for our traveling performing arts troupe, the Inspiration Troupe. So it's just like a little snippet of them singing "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman, one of the songs that we did last year. One of our performers actually did a school project, and she made this video, and she did a fantastic job with her partner.
Fantastic.
So I definitely would love to showcase that video.
Awesome. So we will do that at the end. And so is this the junior troupe or the... And the reason I ask is because for those of us here in Foxborough, we got to enjoy you and the team performing at Founders Day, Foxborough Founders Day 2018. But you didn't just do that, you also went to the Doolittle Home Nursing Home in the morning and performed there, and then I saw everybody walking across so the whole troupe was coming across from the nursing home to the field activities. And so that was, what was that experience? Did you enjoy that? Did everybody have a good time?
Absolutely. I mean, it was definitely a very packed day because we also went in the parade that morning. So we were all around Foxborough that day, but it was so much fun. I think anytime that the group is together for a whole day doing different things, it's always a blast, and we always love doing new things, and that was great because we got 3 very different experiences on one day. The kids loved being in the parade, and they felt like superstars. It was really fun to get some exposure in the community, and just walking in the parade was a really great experience. It's always a great experience to perform at nursing homes. It's very humbling. You feel really good about it, and you know that you're making someone's day, and it's just a great experience. And of course, at Founders Day was also a ton of fun, and that was one of our favorite performances last season because we had such a great crowd. It was new for us because we had done Norfolk Day many times, and you know, sometimes the community events are the most fun because you know the most people there. You know, when we perform in Virginia Beach, we don't know anyone in our audience, but when you're performing for your friends and family, it's almost even more exciting than when you're at some big scale venue.
Well, let's talk about Virginia Beach. So 2018, your big event was going to Busch Gardens in Virginia.
We did Busch Gardens and Virginia Beach.
All right, so let's talk about that, because what I would think we'd want to do is also, you know, for folks out there who have, maybe you who are watching, or maybe some in your family, might want to become part of Inspiration. And if so, let's talk about some of the fun things and what going to Virginia Beach entailed.
So every year we do, ever since Disney, you know, because I always have to top the next year, we do a travel trip. So we have our local shows. We do the Boston Children's Hospital, Faneuil Hall. We perform in Cape Cod. We do Founders Day, Norfolk Community Day, nursing homes, any sort of community events that we can kind of set up while we're here. And then we always do a travel performance. So in 2013 it was Disney World, 2014 we went to NYC to perform, 2015 we did an entire tour of Cape Cod and stayed there for a week. 2016 we did a cruise to the Bahamas with Norwegian Cruise Lines, which was really fun. 2017 was Universal Studios, and then 2018 was Virginia Beach and Busch Gardens. So we always have the travel trip. It usually concludes the season at the end. It's a really fun way to finish off, and it's also another way that the group has gotten so close when you travel together and you're together for a whole week doing really fun things. That's really how a lot of the kids form the best friendships that they have. A lot of the Inspiration kids are like still to this day, like from years ago, still best friends. So that's one of my favorite parts. But
that's great.
Yeah, we for Virginia Beach last year, we took a bus. We left at 5 a.m. We took the bus. We stopped in at the New Jersey Six Flags on the way. So we broke up the trip a little bit, stayed over in there, and then continued on to Virginia Beach. And we went to Busch Gardens. We had 2 beach performances on the beach. We went to a water park one day. We had beach days. We went on an adventure ropes course. We did a dinner cruise one night. We went to Dave & Buster's. I make sure we fill it with performance, but also as many fun activities as we can fit in our budget.
That's terrific.
We definitely try to make it really fun. But this year, for our 2019 season, which is actually our 10th anniversary season.
I was just going to say.
That's really exciting for us. We're going to be hopefully planning a gala to celebrate at some point soon. So we'll be maybe giving some more information on that as the time comes. But we are going to Hershey Park. And this is actually the first year that we're opening up the trip to the junior troop as well. So it used to be just the older kids that went on the trip. This year, because it's a very special year, we're opening up to everybody. So I'll be taking everybody to Hershey Park this year. So we'll be doing that, and I think everyone's really excited for that trip.
Well, I'm sure everybody will be Hershey Park happy. Sorry about that. So once again, Inspiration, and I'm going to give you the last word. I'm just going to run through the information one more time. Emily Garvin is the Executive Director and founder of Inspiration Performing Troupe, Inspiration Performing Arts Company that is making their new home here in Foxborough, so we can now say Foxborough's own. Their information can be found at their website, www.inspirationperformingarts.com. And you can also email Emily directly at info@inspirationperformingarts.com. Facebook, be their friend. Instagram, be a follower. Twitter, get their feeds. No lack of information coming up because I do see them. I follow you, of course, and I see all the fun things, so that's fantastic. Looking so much to having you and the entire Inspiration family be part of the greater Orpheum family at the Maryland Robin Performing Arts Center. I just can't wait for the coming seasons.
Yeah, me too.
I say it plural.
Yes,
many
multiple,
seasons.
Many, hopefully.
So Emily, you get the last word.
Basically, I'm just really fortunate to be able to have the opportunity to provide these performing arts opportunities to the community, and we have been built up from the ground since I was 13. I've been working at this for 10 years. We're really excited to be launching new programs, but support from the community is how we got to where we are today. So we appreciate any continued support that we have. We run a lot off of donations, we run off of fundraisers, and people participating and coming to our events. So if you have the chance to look at our website, inspirationperformingarts.com, or look at our social media, see what events have coming up, we would really appreciate the support from the community. And if you know anyone interested in our programs, definitely spread the word.
Spread the word, and there's information and posters and flyers and all that good stuff at the theater as well. Emily Garvin, thank you so much for being here. Don't go away, folks. We still have something special, but before we do, I want to thank the people that are bringing this program to you, Betty Travers and Kevin Lasardi behind the cameras, Paul Beck behind the glass, along with Alex Peary, one of our wonderful volunteers, and Alex Malin, who edits this all together and brings it to you. Lauren Batar is our programmer. Michael Weber is the Executive Director here at Foxborough Cable Access. If you missed any part of this program, you can always go to fcatv.org. Click on the link for Foxborough Central, see it again, or be our follower and our friend on our YouTube channel. That's where you can find this and all the other great episodes of Foxborough Central. I'm going to leave you now with this clip of
the 2018 season of Inspiration doing This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
Enjoy.
Inspiration Performing Arts started as a performing troupe in 2009. Since then, it has expanded into a full performing arts company.
My favorite part of Inspiration is working with director Emily Garvin and how she pushes me and all of us together to become better people and performers.
I'm so thankful for Inspiration. I think it's great to have an experience where we can perform professionally, like So locally, I love Inspiration. It's my home away from home because I've just made so many friendships here, and especially it's really great to see people who I don't get to see every day and just be able to perform and love what I do.
I feel like Inspiration is my second family, and they've helped me grow and mature and become who I am.
In the spring of 2019, we'll be launching 3 different theater classes as well as a Sharing the Spotlight program for people with special needs and physical disabilities. This summer, we'll be holding a week-long day program, masterclass, and auditions for Fame the Musical. To register or learn more about our programs, please visit www.inspirationperformingarts.com.